Bonjour and welcome to the Tarot of Claude. Today I'm going to be doing a monthly tarot reading for November for Sagittarius. So I hope you've had a good October month and that you're doing well. I'm going to pull up a couple of energies from my oracle deck. These are general readings, so take what resonates and discard what doesn't apply to your current situation. If you would like a bigger picture or more comprehensive pictures, you could check out your Venus, Moon and Rising sign too. What do we have for November for Sagittarius? Let's have a look. Alright. Your first energy is the past, a prison. And the keywords for these cards are bitterness, grudge, and a refusal to let go. So that's your first energy. And let me pull out randomly another one. This one. This card is called Maynard and it says madness, ecstatic ritual, energy release. Okay, so there's something that you're refusing to let go and that you need to release. I'm gonna do a Celtic cross spread for this month and see what all of this is about for you. So, what's this grudge? Okay, so position 1, let me see if you've got this. Yeah. It's crossing you, beneath you, above you, behind you, ahead of you. Okay. Right, so in the recent past, you get the Hierophant. Okay, that's a major arcana, so it's an important energy in your life path. The minor arcana deal with the day-to-day things. That's talking about something important. Now, obviously there are layers to these cards, and the Hierophant represents spirituality, your spiritual life, your belief system. It also represents, it could represent a marriage or a long-term committed relationship. It also can represent big organizations, because if you think about medieval times, you had the king who ruled the kingdom, obviously, and you also had, as a number 2, the church. They were very prominent and very important. So this is what this represents. Now, because of the oracle cards that I've pulled previously, and it talks about some bitterness or a grudge or refusal to let go, we could be talking about a relationship, committed relationship, or a marriage that is causing you trouble in the past, as in recent past. Now, in your current position, you have the King of Wands. I hope you can see it. Now, the King is the master of the suit, so he's at the pinnacle of his development. Wands are passion, desires, inspiration, you know, what drives you. The King of Wands is someone who's very confident, he's an action taker, he's a go-getter, but he's not going to take action for anything foolish. He takes calculated risks, but he's very driven. And what's crossing him is the Six of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are the suits for your physical environment. So it could be home life, it can be work life, job, career, your finances, your assets. Six is the number of harmony. You've overcome the challenges. It has the energy of the give and take and gaining some stability in your physical world. And this is crossing this go-getter energy, fire energy of the King of Wands, which is right in the middle of your reading. Beneath you is your subconscious, and you have the Tower card. Now again, major arcana, so an important energy in your spread. And the Tower signifies an abrupt change, sudden event, something that really rocks your world. Now, whether it's positive or negative depends on the rest of the cards. It's not a negative card per se. It just indicates that something has shattered. And you see, I'm looking at the Hierophant and I'm wondering if we're talking about a past relationship and something's happened in your mind and you just thought, no, I just, you know, we need to go our separate ways, I'm not growing anymore, or we have grown separate ways. The other thing I'm thinking about is the Hierophant that you've got in the past can also represent, as I mentioned, your belief system. And subconsciously, you may be having some kind of spiritual awakening, and the old belief system that you had, it doesn't work for you anymore. It's not working. In your goals and aspirations, what's above you, you've got the Four of Pentacles. Now, 4 is a number of stability, strong foundations. Pentacles, you know, financial assets, home life, work life. And so your goal is to gain stability. It can also be something to do with saving up money, but I don't see that in this spread. I think that you're trying to get stability at home, is what I'm thinking. Or you want the stability in your beliefs as well, because the Tower energy is very strong, and if you're having doubts about an established belief system that you've adhered to for years, you're going to want to find stability and get that strong foundation. In your near future, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Now, twos indicate partnerships, decisions. The Two of Pentacles is about having to make a decision related to home life, work life, physical world, basically, your 3D world, and hesitating, basically saying, should I, shouldn't I? So in the near future, you're going to be in this position of, oh, what should I do? Because obviously this bitterness that you're feeling, you're at the past is a prison, whether this is an old belief system or a relationship. It could also be, you know, a job that you've been in for a very long time. Well, subconsciously already you've had a moment of revelation, and you know it's not working for you anymore and you've got to do something, and this is going to come in the immediate future. You're going to have to make a decision. Now, the advice or the recommendation is another major arcana, is Judgment. Now, the Judgment energy has several messages. It can be a report card, like look back on what you've achieved and assess it, reflect on it. It can be a wake-up call, as in, well, you've got to do something. Or it can be a transformative energy, like, you know, being reborn. Like, for instance, if we're talking about a belief system, it's you letting go of the old that no longer serves you and awakening to a new belief system, to something that's going to satisfy you more spiritually, and make you move forward on your life path. If we're talking in the 3D world and we're talking about a job or a career, this is a wake-up call saying, okay, you need to move on from this. But ultimately, as I said, you have a decision to make, and the Judgment card it's like a purifying card, because if you think about it, the Oracle card that I drew at the beginning talked about the past as a prison. It talked about the second one about madness, needing to release energy, and the Judgment is just that. It's a purifying energy. It's going to cleanse you, and once you let go of all of this past, then you're going to feel more free, or freer, should I say. In your external influences, you've got Strength, again, Major Arcana. The Strength card is about fortitude. It's about finding your inner strength to move along your path. So it is basically saying that this situation obviously is going to require quite a lot of strength of character, because it's not an easy process to go through. Whether we're talking spiritually, it's very hard to let go of a belief system and move on to something new. If we're talking about a job, it's very hard to move on, and if you've been in a position for a very long time with a company, because you know you've developed relationships and you know how it works, it's you know, secure, and I can see that you've got that wish of having stability in your 3D world right here. So that this, you know, it's going to require strength. By the same token, if we're talking about a committed relationship that you're trying to let go of, because it's turning you into someone who's bitter, this is going to require courage. It's always difficult to move away from a long-term relationship. We are creature of habits, you know, inherently, and change tends to make us, you know, afraid a little bit. So this is saying that you're really going to need to rely on your inner strength, which you have. That's why it's here. And in your hopes and fears, you get the 8 of Swords. Now, 8 is a number of advancement. Swords is to do with thoughts, communication, intellect, that kind of thing. And the 8 of Swords is feeling trapped, but it's a prison of the mind. So it's something that you've done to yourself. You can, if you look at the card, you can see she can come out. If there's no swords blocking her way on the front, she's put a blindfold on herself as well. So, you know, the fact that the 8 of Swords shows up in the fear position doesn't surprise me at all, because I've just been telling you about how it is scary, you know, to move forward and leave something that we have known for a long time, whether it be a job, a long-term relationship, or a belief system. So this is in your fear area, which I'm not surprised at all about. And then finally, as an outcome, we've got the Hermit and another major arcana. Let me count how many you've got. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, so half of your reading is to do with the major arcana. So it's telling me that this is a very important crossroad for you on your life path. It's not something trivial. So it's going to make you grow as a person, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, or both. The Hermit is the card of going inwards to look for answers from the inside. It can also signify having a little bit of quiet time and solitude, so you can get those answers. But the Hermit relies on his inner wisdom, and as an outcome, it is basically saying that you need to have faith in yourself, trust yourself, your inner guidance, and you'll be fine. You will overcome this. It's very important when we have energies like refusing to let go of something and needing to. It's important to take some time out and look inside and, you know, examine what it is you really want for your life, because we only live once, okay, and we don't know how much time we've got on this planet. So the Hermit is basically hinting at that. Find out what fulfills you emotionally, spiritually, and in the physical world. And so if it means moving away from a relationship, then maybe that's the right thing to do for you. If it is leaving a long-term job that you've had forever, where you know everybody and you know it provides you that stability, then maybe this is what you need to do. If it's to do with an old belief system, then the hermit, some hermit time will help you, you know, detach from it and releasing it, so you can be open to new ideas. So I think this is a very profound readings for you for the month of November. This is going to be an interesting month. Just know that you've got the strength within you, and you know, when we refuse to let go of something or we refuse to budge, the universe has always a funny way of sending us a tower moment, an abrupt change in direction, and I think that you know subconsciously or deep down that this is about to happen. So it's always better to take a few steps of our own first. But again, energies are moving, you know, they flow, they change according to your thoughts and your actions, and you have free will, so it's entirely up to you what you do. So yeah, that's it for your November reading. I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. I also offer daily readings, which I'm gonna leave right there. It should appear on the screen if you want to click and check them out. If you've enjoyed the deck I've used and the little setup I have, it comes from a tarot box monthly subscription called Nine of Earth, which I've done an unboxing for, and I'm going to leave a card in the video as well too, if you want to click on it to check out this company. It's a very, very nice box that they produce. So I hope you have a fantastic November month, and I hope to see you again soon. Until next time, au revoir.